Guys, welcome back as I review the game between the Mariners and the Magpies as the Magpies ran out 2-0 winners, which ends the 8-game unbeaten run for the Mariners. It was sort of a game of two halves, and I'll just take you through the starting 11 for the Mariners. It was Jordan Wright in goal, Terrell Warren, Harvey Rogers, Cameron McJanet and Denver Hume. With the debut for Geza David Torre and Evan Corey, with Span Dawson, Green Luca playing across the middle of the middle three, and Danny Rose up front. Obviously Luca and Span Dawson were trying to support Rosie there. The Notts County team was Bass, Macari, Platt, Badeau, Palmer, Gordon, Abbott, Grant, Cerula, Jata, and Whitaker. They were the 11 players on both sides. If we were to look in general, I think the Mariners had a good chunk of the first half. Very lucky. I've got to say one of the best performers of especially that first half was Jaden Luca. You could see the confidence that was coming into Jaden's game. Some of the touches he was the 1-2 touches that they were doing well. Green looked tired. Span Dawson looked dangerous down the wing. Rose had a good chance in the first half, just missed. Obviously there was a stoppage early on when Bass got injured for Notts County. Stoppage of play, and obviously he was injured, and it was I won't say all that attack by Grimsby, but we always looked as though we were going to get a result. I mean, 13 shots in general for the Mariners. Not as much possession, only around about 44% possession to Notts County's 57. It was we looked in control for most of that first half, because Luca was really was really starting to turn some heads and realise what a bit of confidence could do. Sam Slocum came on to replace Bass for Notts County from a Scunthorpe United goalkeeper, and he faced a real good shot. He made a couple of good saves, Sam Slocum, but there was never many complete, clear-cut, serious kind of chances. We had 6 on target. There was 2 that really stood out. One in the first half and one in the second half, which Slocum dealt with quite well. Rose looked like he was being a bit quiet, but he did have a good one-on-one during the game. It was just one of those nights for Grimsby where nothing really came off. Out of the 16, we had 4 shots. It was 6 for Notts County. But 2 of them were well on target, and it was a very good, strong last 20 minutes or so of the first half. But unfortunately, we went in at half time 0-0 when probably maybe should have been in front in that opening part, and then in the second half it pretty much started the same. Grimsby were bright from the very beginning. Luca and Van Thorsten again were doing the job. Kieran Green, actually on the midfield, they just all started well. They were upbeat. It was that second shot that I think it was Rose that had it, but it was a good shot and a good save. A save that feels like he should have made, Slocum, but he did, and it again we bossed it for the first 10 minutes. Notts County opened the scoring on 56 minutes. With it was a ball in the box. It kind of scrambled round. It looked like Jordan Wright was he had palmed it, and I thought it was going to go over. It didn't. He didn't quite palm it enough, and it basically just fell for Jata to drop home, and it was a bit of it took the air out of the stadium. You could tell that, but to be fair to a lot of the fans, they kept on going. We kept on believing, and there was nothing much in the game. Um, but our passes after their goal, we didn't seem the same team. I think the lads were a little bit gutted that it didn't come off. Obviously, unfortunately, we got a couple of more injuries in the second half. McJanet went off injured, and as did Van Dawson. Yes, and actually, Artel was asked in his post-match with Matt Dean. Apparently, Van Dawson got his foot stuck in the turf, and we'll have to see whether he's twisted his knee or done anything other serious damage. Hopefully not too much, but I'm sure there'll be a scan or an X-ray involved in that to see the extent of that. And Janet went off late on, really. Halfway through the second half. He was replaced by Luca Barrington. Another injury though, which was disappointing. And we tried, but the passing started to be a bit more wavered. It got scrappy, which was helping Notts County even more. Notts County didn't offer a great deal. And in that second half, neither did we after the last 10 minutes. What I will say is Geza Toure had some decent touches. He played an hour. Apparently it was 6 o'clock before he found out that he would be playing. Obviously with George McEachran, turns out, thanks to Artel's post-match, he was ill. That's why he wasn't involved. And he got the nod around about 6 p.m. Showed some very, very nice touches. And the lads were giving everything they had. And it just wasn't happening. As hard as the lads were trying, just wasn't happening. To be fair, Notts County had a low block. They did well with that. They were difficult to break down. I actually think if we had scored, if we'd have scored first, I think we'd have gone on and won that game. It was one of these kind of situations. They scored first and they were just able to hold it. They had something to hold on to. And it was all sort of proof with the second goal. They were able to bring on David McGoldrick with 20 minutes to go. And at the end of the day, the lads kept trying to attack and trying to make something of it. I think it was Ainley that gave the ball away, they played a good ball, and through trying to get an equaliser, um, they got a little bit of a break, played it up towards McGoldrick, and McGoldrick really smashed it past right for 2-0. The game was over, and pretty much after that, I'd still tried. I was hoping for them to get at least a consolation. It wasn't to be, and it was a disappointing home defeat. The reason why I've sort of scrambled through that is I've heard of and noticed our fans, I'm going to be honest, overreaction to the defeat to Notts County, and apparently fans went over to David Artell at full time and was having a go at him for no reason whatsoever. I think yes, we can all be frustrated. I'm frustrated. We didn't win. We didn't pick up a result. But I wanted to pick up on this. It should be about the football, but unfortunately, Town didn't do enough to get the win. But hey, 6 wins out of 8. It's our first loss in 9. It happens. But going back to the fans going down and speaking to Artell, it was more mentioned in his post-match with Matt Dean. You can go and see that or hear that if you haven't heard it. You always hear the term "give your head a wobble." Any fans that literally had a go tonight at David Artell need to look at themselves. And you're talking to a guy here that has never claimed to be David Artell's biggest fan. But no way am I going to literally be so angry and frustrated that I needed to have a go at Artell. Have a go at the lads. We are 8th. We are 8th in League 2. We are outside the playoffs on goal difference alone. And something I did see David Artell had said in his post-match was it makes me wonder what some fans are expecting them to do. He basically said in his post-match that some fans think they have, we had the given right to beat Notts County. Notts County have been top half a lot longer than we have. Yes, I understand the frustration because our fans probably feel like, well, we should beat Notts County. Notts County weren't I'm not going to say they were the better side after the first goal, I would say. Before that first goal, it was all us. But I think fans need to... not all fans, by the way. A lot of fans were behind us. We kept giving pieces of encouragement. But for those 3 or 4 fans that probably went around and tried to talk to Artell, why? I'm going to tell our fans, and this is for football fans in general, your team will lose games. It happens. How can any fan, yes, be inwardly disappointed? But how can any fan go and have a go at David Artell because we've lost to Notts County? We've lost to a team that are, chasing promotion and playoffs themselves. you know, and like I said, one defeat in 9 games, and it's as though I was shocked when I heard about it, and I'm thinking to myself, do you know what, guys? It wasn't a great performance. Second half, that's where we dropped after their goal. But come on, there's no reason to have a go at the manager, the players. Yeah, be disappointed. No one's saying you can't be disappointed, but I'm sorry if you think a team is gonna just win every single week, then you don't understand football. Because your team's never gonna win every week. And I think, we're having such a good season. To any fans that want to sort of like vent, and I'm vent here, vent at me, because at the end of the day, it's this is partly what this channel is for. Get your opinion out. Get your opinion out. At the end of the day, we have to be realistic. We shouldn't statistically be where we are. We shouldn't be where we are. I know Artel mentioned as well that they've probably got a budget twice the size of ours. Statistically, we shouldn't be where we are. And no team has got any right to beat anybody. You start at 0-0 every single game. Okay? We've lost on Tuesday. So what? We could go on another seven game run from now. This is just a few of the fans. It's not all of them. 95% of them were all with them. It was a game where it just didn't work. Just didn't happen. Obviously, we've got a couple more injuries as well, which won't be helping. Which isn't helping things. I think this can be one of the big troubles about carrying a small squad. When you get injuries like this, you can struggle, but yeah, one other thing on this is we've got 10 games left. We're heading into the run-in now. And we're right in it. So accept a defeat. Don't want one, but you've got to accept it. Do I think Notts County were that much better than us? No. They just got the breaks that we didn't get. That's all. How has anyone thought Artel? How can we go from being one of the best, getting the winner against Walsall at the weekend, to shambolic? I don't get it. I just don't get it. You've just got to accept Tuesday night, it just wasn't right. We didn't quite do enough. The lads gave everything they had. And they'll come again. I think we've just got to accept, okay, this is what happened. We're goal difference outside the playoffs. Even I can't believe that we're goal difference outside the playoffs. So, Hans, just relax. We're not in trouble with anything. We've got 56 points this season outside the playoffs and goal difference. I just had to say something because I feel like that reaction by fans is, and even though it was only a few of them, not many in the stand, but You know, we've lost a game of football. We play again Saturday. What does it mean that if we end up winning that game Saturday, Artel's the best manager in the world again? Or is it if we lose on Saturday, he's going to be the worst manager that's ever took charge of the club? Think about what you're doing and saying. Be disappointed. Did the lads do bad tonight? No. I think the first goal took the wind out of our sails. That's what it was. Notts County got... I'm going to use the term got lucky. Because it was a scramble in the end, but this doesn't define our season. A loss at home to Notts County. We've done the double to people. They've done the double tonight to us. So, let's settle down. Let's take stock as a fan base as well. Any fans that are really, really frustrated, you take stock and we go to Saturday, home to Newport, I believe. And we go again. It's just one of those results. But I'd say something about that because they mentioned it in the post match. We just went clinical again, but after undefeated in 8, one loss to Notts County is not gonna make me lose my rag. It's and no one should have gone over to the manager and vented in that regard. Like I said, vent at my channel. It's fine. That's part of what I'm here for. We're going to be town fans. Disappointed to lose Tuesday. We've got another game in 4 days. And I think my final thoughts in general is this. It was a result that no one wanted. We've got a couple more injuries, which is concerning. Hopefully, at least one of them is not too serious. We hope. But we'll see how it goes when Artel's press conference takes place. I think it'll be Thursday because of the upcoming night with the manager and the chairman and that lot at the fans forum, which takes place on Friday. So that'll probably happen either Friday afternoon or Thursday. I'll be back with a preview for the game at the weekend. We dust ourselves off. And we go again. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get back on the horse. That's a nice Cheltenham reference, isn't it? Let's get back on the horse and go, okay, we lost that one. We can't do anything about that. Let's go on to the next one. And we are in playoff contention. So all I'll say to the boys is go for it. Go for it. If we get it, fantastic. If we don't, he's giving us a good season anyway. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Was anyone near the fans that did go and talk to Artel? Do you think it's justified? I don't. I really don't. Not after one defeat in 9. It's not justified at all. And I will see you guys for a preview for the weekend game. In the meantime, up the manners. Let's just dust ourselves off and go again. I will see you for the next preview. In the meantime, guys, I'll see you soon. And, yep, up the Mariners. Let's go again. I'll see you soon. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, guys. Ta-da.